I'm going to react to a whatever podcast clip. I have watched many episodes and seen this young woman, Cindy, multiple times. She does OnlyFans and claims to be a Christian. So I'm going to watch a clip. I don't know which episode this is from, but I'm sure I'll have some thoughts.
That my family is also a believer of God, so that brings me pretty close, as close as it can be. They feel amazing that I'm doing something that I love.
Wait, your family feels amazing that you're doing OnlyFans?
I'm doing something that I love. Yeah.
Wait, do you love it?
I love it. I do every day, so I have a strong passion.
And of course, when they say that they love it, it always has to be followed by, if you weren't paid to do it, then would you still do it? And usually they wouldn't. 100% of the time they wouldn't. And so it means they don't really love it. They love the money.
If you didn't make
Are your parents religious?
I just said that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So when you tell your dad that strange, you have sex with men for money, is he highly supportive or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. He says, "Good job."
Mm-hmm.
Does he give you a pat on the head and say, "Go get stuff for that cash, girl"? Is that what your highly religious father says? I'm just curious. I'm just curious, honestly. I want to know. Does he say, "Good job, sweetheart. I'm glad you're taking a stranger's peen in order to make that money just as God intended"? Does he say something like that to you?
No, not exactly what you are trying to describe, he would say, but I would say he is supportive.
Oh.
Well, I got a question. You said that you love doing OnlyFans. You can do splitting. So you love doing OnlyFans, right?
I love it.
But would you do it if you weren't making money?
If I wasn't making money on OnlyFans,
Like, let's say, like, would you produce the kind of content that you're producing? Would you make it, shoot it, etc.?
For what?
Well, like, for example, an artist, right?
For just
an artist.
Yeah.
The classic acting dumb so that they can't get to their point. It's very transparent.
Make minimal or no money, but they love painting or drawing, and they don't do it for money, right? So you said that you love doing OF. Do you love it? Like, would you do it if you weren't making money?
Yes.
Of course not.
Can I butt in?
Yeah.
Girls
wasn't.
Go on, do you want to carry on?
I wasn't really making money in the beginning, like before I started, like OF. Like I was just posting like hot pictures.
Also, I love the young woman next to her. She barely said anything during this entire episode. So she's probably just looking at herself in the monitor. And the guy next to him, her so-called boyfriend, he made the episode quite interesting and dramatic. But yeah, that young woman basically had nothing to say. And anything she did say, of course, is just degenerate and uninteresting.
Well, yeah, you got to build up your audience, but it was
like that was like not.
But I assume it was with the intention of
monetized.
One day it being profitable. Like most content creators, they don't start out just making money, but they're doing it perhaps, with the intention of it one day being profitable. Same with businesses. Businesses aren't immediately profitable, but you do it because one day it will be, or you hope it will be.
You can make it profitable if you want it to be.
Sure, that's what I'm saying.
Totally irrelevant. She either really doesn't understand what analogy he's trying to make, or she does understand and is just trying to get out of fessing up to not really loving doing OnlyFans except for the money.
But there's plenty of people who engage in things they love, for example, creating art, without
getting profit,
making money.
Which I was doing before. So I would, definitely do it after.
Okay, you wanted to...
Yeah, no, just saying, like, understand that, again, I know like back in England, girls go through their slaggy stage, as they want to say. So again, like if you're going through that stage and you want to earn money, like why not be on OnlyFans? Like why not take advantage of, again, like I was a big gamer.
Why not do whatever you want, whenever you want? Why not?
Back in the day when I was a bit uglier, like if someone told me to that stream gaming and you're going to get paid, why not? If a girl loves having sex and she's going to get paid, why not? If I got paid to have sex, which I do, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, let's get it. Well, let us get into this.
Adam and
we?
Eve loved it when they were reproducing, so why not?
It's a
Oh dear, man. Again, you got these people who obviously they don't seem to be religious. They don't seem to believe that their actions today have implications for the future, for potentially the next life, as many religious people believe. And of course, they always end up bringing up Adam and Eve. And if they are actually using that as a reason to support their argument, then it means they do believe in Adam and Eve. And if they do believe in Adam and Eve, then they might want to pay attention to all the things that happened after Adam and Eve and make sure that they are right with God. It's just very, very interesting and makes me thankful that I had good parents to teach me, right from wrong. We all kind of know right from wrong naturally, but just makes me thankful that there were rules so that I didn't turn into people like this who are just absolutely degenerate. No morals whatsoever. They truly just live for themselves.
Let me ask you something. If somebody says that they follow Christian ethics and Jesus Christ, do you think that Jesus Christ would want them to be a prostitute? Can I just get a yes or no from you?
No.
From their
No, of course not.
But
But
Gribbon
No,
Motorsports
of course
donated
not.
$200.
Yeah, thank you,
Andrew,
good
this
one.
vapid 304 just needs some
Strumpet.
truth in love and
Strumpet.
some nice talk. Maybe a female pastor and a nice new t-shirt. Or maybe she's going to hell until she understands her sins and repents.
Leave Nala 2.0 alone. Now back.
You can see Cindy in the corner. She just seems like she's totally dead inside. Nothing that anyone is saying is getting through to her. You can just tell by her facial expression, which is total absent. I think vapid that word was used, and yeah, she seems pretty vapid, and I don't say that to be mean, just pointing it out.
Back to where we were at here. I'm just asking you, if you don't mind, of course, a person who expresses that they follow Jesus Christ probably should not do, right?
isn't that just being a slave to your religion?
You should
But
be a slave.
the thing is, like,
well,
even
wait,
if she
as
has
opposed to
done,
Being a slave to one's religion is better than anything else, because when you believe in something, you probably believe that there's a higher power to which you can go for peace about the various worries and struggles that you have in your life. And I think that is, it's good to have religion, and you're not ever really going to be a slave to it, but if you're going to be a slave to anything, might as well be your religion.
pornography, she's not going to be like,
let me
just
answer his
like,
question.
Wait,
Hang on.
Cindy, let him answer.
Hang on, relax. As opposed to being a slave to your lust?
So what, sorry?
As opposed to being a slave to your lust, or as opposed to being a slave for the material? I would say that it's actually the opposite of enslavement to reject materialism and dishonoring your own body for the purpose of material gain. Do you think that people who do that are?
I don't often see the chatter's messages on these episodes because I'm usually listening and not watching. But yeah, this is a good question. This chatter wants Cindy to just explain how participating in OF is glorifying God in any way. And these are good questions to ask. These are all things that are very obvious, but sometimes you have to point out obvious things to many people in our society today because people have rejected what's right in front of them so often.
Honorable? Do you consider that to be an honorable profession?
Again, I'm an atheist, but like to me, God is money. So like, if you've got no money, you can't do nothing in this world. And if you want to make the money,
why can't you do anything in this world without money?
Because you'll be homeless, you won't eat, you won't drink. There ain't going to be a magic God going to feed me. Do you know what I mean? I need to make money, and I need to make it now. Again,
how much money do you need to make?
I just need to make money.
Yeah, but how much?
It don't matter how much. I need to make money. I need to pay bills. I need to look after my family.
So what you're talking about is a distinction between the ends and means. So if you say that you need to have the means because the end is something noble, like having a family, having a house, having things for which you can provide for the people around you, then yes, there's no, hang on, let me finish. Hang on. Then yes, there's nothing evil about that. That is a means to a just end. But if you're just chasing money for the end itself, that would be evil. That would be an embrace of pure materialism and hedonism. Why would that be good? Why would that be that would be enslavement? You would be enslaving yourself to the material.
No, definitely not. I'd rather be in.
Hurry up. Space One Pro.
Burberry and
definitely
Ferrari,
so. How would you not be a slave to the material if all you did was focus on money as an end in and of itself? That would be true enslavement.
It's just not, though, is it?
Yeah, no, it just is, though, isn't it?
It's just not.
I like.
No, it just is, though.
It absolutely is enslavement. Another word for this is lifestyle creep. As soon as you start earning more money, you can enjoy nicer things, and then you're used to having those nicer things. No one wants to downgrade. Again, this is so obvious, but people who are so deep in the evil that these two, well, this guy and his girlfriend in particular, are involved in, you just know they've completely lost their soul.
So, it just isn't, though, is not an argument, though, just so you know.
It's just boring, I'll be honest. But yeah, I'll let you carry on. It's fine.
I just think that even if someone wants to get into prostitution, it's like it's not the end of the world. Like they can still like pray and think of God and have a relationship.
Yeah, but don't connect
everyone.
Don't connect.
It's not like the end of the world.
Well,
like you're making it sound like as soon as she watches pornography, it's like
murder if they choose to, because
gets
God
like
will forgive her.
You're connecting the act itself with God, and you're trying to justify it when there's no justification at all. And no one's bashing you for the act, but it's the connection that you're trying to make and justify it when it doesn't make sense. You doing OF, there's like, me personally, I see nothing wrong with it. I'm not agreeing with how you're using God's name to glorify something that in God's definition shouldn't be glorified.
I agreed with her up to that last part. You know, she said, well, you doing OF, I had nothing wrong with it. I think people should be honest and say, yeah, I'm bothered by it. I think we're all actually kind of bothered by this, but people want to be perceived as nice, and so they say things that they don't mean, that are less blunt than what they actually mean. Something that I've noticed is most people that don't do some sort of S work, they all kind of seem to question, even if they're not religious, they all kind of seem to ask these OF girls, you know, do you really think you should be doing that? And it's because all of us, we have a conscience, and the vast majority of us are not able to kind of circumvent that conscience, even if it is for money. And so these OF girls, even though they're probably all pretty average, they believe in their head that they're not average because they've been able to circumvent the conscience that we all are unable to circumvent. And it further deludes them in what they're doing and believing what they're doing is correct, and also deludes them into thinking that they are rated higher on the, you know, the scale of attractiveness out of 10 that they do on the show a lot. Anyway, I do like that this young woman in the corner, she does she is articulating very well that Cindy is trying to associate what she's doing with God, and for people who are religious, that's actually really offensive, because we all know that God is he's not in the same category. He's not a part of this, and it is a sin, and it's pretty clear, sexual sin is immoral. Pretty clear from the Bible.
Right at all.
Mm-hmm.
Your response, Cindy?
So I don't agree with that, because what is to justify? You don't know
what do you
anything.
It means
about,
to have a grounded foundation for
justified?
a belief. That's what justification is, a grounded foundation for a belief. A thing which you appeal to for the grounding of the foundation of a belief. That's what justification is.
Okay, so I enjoy my job.
Well, it's not actually a matter of you caring about their opinion. So you were asking, what is justification? Justification would be a grounding for belief, meaning something you would appeal to. In this case, you're just appealing to you. You say, because I want to do it, it's good. Because I want it, it's good. That's it. That's your whole appeal. Just appealing to you for you, right?
Right, and that's all that matters. As long as you're happy, healthy, and you have loving people around you, that's all that matters.
Why is your happiness the only thing that matters?
That can't be all that matters. If we all did what made us happy, there would certainly be a conflict. Certainly one person's happiness would be not someone else's happiness. And it's hard to believe that anyone graduates high school still believing these types of things, because again, it is just obvious, and the lengths that they go to try to justify, we'll use that word, what they're doing is really quite astounding.
Like, for instance,
why is the happiness that's the only thing that matters? Do you want me to be emo and sad and just sit at home?
Well,
and
for instance,
isolate
if you're
myself?
if you're a mother of a child, I could see where getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning to feed the child could make you unhappy.
Okay, but that's your baby. You're a mother.
Yeah, that's right. So I guess you have higher duties.
Of course, there's always something else that justifies that something else that might make you unhappy, that you should still do that thing. It's only the things that they want to do that they shouldn't do, that they claim to make them happy, that they use, it just makes me happy, as the reason to continue doing that. But of course, it's your baby. There's always just some sort of exception, and it's kind of hard to keep track of what rule they use that can just withstand all of these excuses.
Than just your own fucking happiness, don't you?
But what about a sub's happiness?
What's that?
The people's content, it'll make them happy. Because she's not sending content.
Okay, but I need you to think about what you're saying here, right?
But then again,
it's possible. Yeah, I can answer to this. Go ahead.
People also send nudes to the partner or whoever else for free. So is that not wrong morally by God?
Is it morally wrong for the guys that send dick pics in my DMs
if you're not married, then yeah, it is.
Single day?
Yeah.
Yes, it is, but no one's saying that it's not. That's the problem. We're
just accepting that it's a sin and that God wouldn't like it.
So yeah, this girl in the pink, I have no idea why she brought that up. It's a total non sequitur. Again, that was, I don't know, one of maybe 2 times she even spoke the entire podcast. Add nothing of value, just derailed the conversation.
So you're saying,
so they're horrible, and you're horrible. Both of you are fucking horrible.
Both of y'all are wrong.
See what I mean? It's not an either or.
Yeah,
it's not a
right
bifurcation. They're immoral.
Right. It's not.
Both of those things.
It's not, because they just want someone to talk to, and I'm here.
Dylan Lolly donated
thank you,
$200. Sorry I'm late tonight. God forgives when you live in his degenerates like Yala, why Sodom and Gomorrah burned. God is love and wrath.
Damn.
I agree with what he said with the
Dylan.
No, I agree with what he said with the God forgives. God forgives when you live in his word.
Yeah.
You can use God forgives as your argument.
But how do you know the life that I live?
You just told us.
Because God tells you that being
I told
bad.
you.
God says being too bad. So if God says being too bad, and then you do the thing God says is bad, that means.
Okay, I think that there's some other clips, might try to find them, with Cindy that had some other content, but still related to her claiming to be a Christian when not really seeming to be one. I'm sure I'll have some other thoughts on that.